All right, so you guys came down to the 30th and Dolores Street subway station. Is just past the end of the line where the infrastructure zone crapped out. I think the last stop is Highland and College Ave, somewhere around there, Appleton. So you're kind of, that feeling you're on the borders of quote unquote civilization. But this is your hood. Didi Zhuxing Taxi Company is just down the way, as is the School of Hard Knocks, the gym that Highlander kind of flop houses at, by the good graces of Sammy Knox, proprietor. And Shibu's house is just a few blocks from here. And even though it's right next door to you, Shibu, venturing into the subway, it kind of existed as its own city within a city, an alternate reality of the city almost, if you're familiar with China Mieville. It was somewhat balkanized because of the class structures that still survive in the dark future. And so, yeah, you knew about it. You're by it. You might have had a friend or two from there, but the people who dwell in the tunnels tend to keep to themselves, even when they come above ground, and they have day jobs, a lot of them. But at night they go back home to a subterranean abode. But you guys go down there with Eddie, and you almost get the feeling that you're walking behind royalty, minor royalty, not a king or anything, but at least a lord or a prince.
As we're walking down, are people like, "Oh, hey, Eddie," talking to him?
Yeah, everyone who passes by sees and acknowledges Eddie, generally with a friendly nod or a knowing look. And it's full, it's bustling. There's, even though the train don't stop here no more, it's got electricity. There's people busily going about their daily lives. So, like a lot of people just have little pop-up stands, kind of selling trinkets. They'll have a shopping cart with piles of junk that they're selling. There's a lot of trade and barter going on. It has the feel of a busy, like a picture of Mideastern bazaar almost, Chinatown on a Sunday afternoon. People selling rat skewers, protein shakes, the delicate wafting smell of deep fried rat.
Oh, it's delicious.
It's actually quite good. Rats have a varied diet.
Reminds me, do you guys know the book Neverwhere? It's by Neil Gaiman. Basically, it takes place in London, and there's like a whole nother subterranean world. It's very like
okay. That sounds,
I'm looking at it on the shelf right now, but I've never read it.
Oh, awesome.
If you guys aren't familiar with China Mieville's The City and the City, it's mind-bending. It's work on another level as far as literature goes.
Link the books. So yeah, that'd be awesome. But Fast Eddie, have you had any food down here? Any cuisine? Is that rat over there?
Yeah, that's right. That's old Mickey selling them rats over there. Look, man, it took me the better part of 2 months to set this place up. I got the power running, got the water running. I know a little bit about any one of these folks, and you know, they got some good stuff. They're not afraid to sell it to these topsiders like you. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you go wandering up to one of them without me, they may try to, you know, maybe swindle you a little bit. You know what I mean? No hard feelings or nothing like that. As you, they just, you know, they don't know you is all. They're good folk and they don't know you. But you know, I can point you in the right direction if you're looking for something down here to buy. There's plenty that we're selling. So. And Eddie kind of spreads his arms and turns around. He's kind of, you can see he's proud of what he's put into the place. You know, he helps set the infrastructure up down here as far as power and everything. So,
Eddie, you set this up. How many people live in this section that you fixed up?
Oh man, just at least a couple hundred down here in these sections. Probably thousands on the whole scale, at least.
Is it? And this is only the first floor. I've never been here, so I'm just astonished that we have this down here.
Yeah, I mean we gotta make money somehow, and that's how these folks do it. They set up down here at the base of the stairs. The topsiders come down and buy stuff. We make our runs. You know, we make it work. But yeah, this is the entrance down to this. My humble abode, so to speak. So yeah, have a look around, maybe grab a bite to eat. Just let me know what you need. Like I said, Mickey's over there selling his rats. It's good stuff. I mean, it's not raw meat.
All right, yeah. Hey guys, wanna? Well, I've never had rat, so I heard it tastes like chicken. And we could get a skewer or two.
Yeah, you can pick up delicately seasoned skewers from the finest rat skewer establishment in the subway for $2 a piece.
I'll stick to like the synthetic protein.
I could go to Fast Eddie. What's his name again? I'm sorry.
His name's Mickey.
Hey Mickey, could I look to Ms. Shibu? You sure? No, Ms. You want one skewer?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I'll take one.
Okay. Fast Eddie, you want one? Are you hungry?
I don't mind if I do.
Fast Billy. Oh man, my name's I get 3 rat skewers.
You jump into one. They're surprisingly tasty.
Delicious.
A little stringy, but the flavor's good.
I chopped.
That'll keep you running until dinner time.
All right, I'm munching it. Following Fast Eddie as he's showing us. Hey, Eddie, do you guys get any? I lean more into illegal, parts and gadgets things.
I mean, nothing down here is legal. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I gotcha. I see.
I mean, where do you think all this power comes from? I mean, we certainly aren't paying the bill.
Oh,
catch my drift?
Oh, could you show us the? I'm just interested. Can you show us the generator?
Generator. Man, we're gonna have a talk. You'll see. I'll take you back to my place, and I'll show you what's going on.
All right.
It falls into this whole thing that we're talking about, and I don't want to bring it up here, but
Yeah, no, understandable. All right, yeah, and I guess I'll follow Eddie wherever he needs to go, while munching on my giant rat. How big is a rat actually on the skewer? Is it like in my head? It's pretty big, but
Well, yeah, you know how much meat is on a Cornish hen?
Okay. Wow.
About half of that.
Okay. Wow, that's a big rat. Jesus.
I mean, these ain't no pussy ass apartment rats. These are sewer rats.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh man. Well, as I'm eating, I'm still kind of like looking at him like, fucking, that's a big ass rat.
As a small aside, a rat with a body 1 foot long, that's not counting the tail, the body 1 foot long, can fit under a door 3/4 of an inch, can fit into a 3/4 inch gap.
That's crazy.
Oh, not to freak anybody out or anything, but yeah.
Yeah, just
So thanks, Romeo, you dick.
Be sure to tell Brittany. I'm sure she'll enjoy that factoid.
Well, I mean, I can give you the tour. I mean,
Yeah, please
we got James over there, slinging tech. We got Rivers selling stuff. I mean, just what do you want? I mean, what are you looking for?
Look, hey Miz, didn't you say you needed to buy a couple things? You probably get it here cheap instead of topside.
That was to fix your phone.
Oh, I think I'm like, oh, never mind. You know what, Eddie? Never
Right.
mind. It was
Well, actually, Eddie, you would know kind of the best barter shop. She's set up in an old magazine stand over by the platform.
You
Or
talking
not-
about Francis?
What's that?
You talking about Francis? She sets up that barber shop by the magazine store. I'm just riffing on you. That's all.
Yeah. Francis Oko, Oako. She
She's the
she
only
has a
Asian
way of
woman you'll
getting
see with a
deals.
perm.
with a firm.
She's very dark Asian.
Yeah.
She's gene modded. I don't know. All right, so yeah, you know, Francis has the best stuff that might interest these topsiders, and you bring them over. You know, occupying what was once a magazine stand on the connecting platform. Someone you have seen before. She has. You've seen her a couple times at the Pink Hound. You've definitely seen her at Sucker Punch Saturdays. She's a familiar face in the neighborhood.
Was she? Well, yeah. Was she there last Sucker Punch Saturdays? Did she hurry on down down here to?
She was working tonight, which is why she did not come up to the Gibson Road Villa. But her phone is blowing. Her agent is blowing up.
Awesome.
With all the social media chatter about the party that's quickly escalating.
Uh-oh. I should
So yeah,
yeah.
Eddie, you can make some introductions.
Yeah, Francis, this is D-Rez. He's looking to trade. You know, he's a good guy. And of course, now is Francis kind of like she's a mainstay down in the subway?
Yeah, she's definitely known, and like she would be kind of a. If she were a store, she would be the anchor store for this subway location.
All right, cool. Hey, Francis, you remember Ray? While him and his wife died from the radiation a while back. This is his daughter, Miss.
Oh, how you doing?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good. Your parents, they were good people.
Yeah,
They
I
helped me
miss
out
him
a
a
lot.
lot.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear.
Thanks.
So you look like you've been keeping yourself well.
Yeah, looking for some work above ground.
How's that going?
All right. I'm pretty good. I met this good group right here, so appreciate if you treat them well.
Well, never let it be said that I let favors go unrewarded. Of course. Mikasa, Sukasa, etc., etc.
Yeah, and here in the back we've got Shibu. She was the one spitting rhymes on stage at the last concert I saw.
Wait, you're the one. And she holds up her agent and she plays back this you performing to Megan's new song. So I was just watching this on the vids. How you do that? What are you doing down here? Aren't you supposed to be there?
We go on.
Hello.
Sounds like she choked on some rat.
All right, so Shibu's got her face full of rats.
I'm like, hey, I interject real quick. Hey,
Could you guys not hear me?
oh no, you're muted real quick. Go on.
I was asking, how many views does that have?
Like 16,000.
Oh,
That's from like 5 minutes ago.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's a
Oh.
lot in 5
Yeah,
minutes.
I looked at Shiba. I'm like, that's a lot, man. For
Yeah.
Got ourselves a stream star.
I asked for, hey Francis, is there a video on what's that one guy that got glocked by Highlander? Highlander, what's the one guy that got glocked that you glocked?
Daizo.
Daizo. Is there a video of someone getting knocked out?
Yeah, she flips through her agent, and that's the next thing in the feed. Basically, is a highlight clip of this guy thrusting his chest forward into the spotlight, calling Shibu out, and then Highlander just screaming fist from the crowd.
I'm like, oh, you could see the tongue fly off. I looked at Francis. I'm
People
like,
are already starting to cut it up and edit it to memify it.
I looked at Francis. I'd be like, hey Francis, I think it's your lucky day. I reach into my pocket and pull out the piece of tongue. I'm like,
God.
I lay it on the desk. I'm like, see this little bad boy? This one guy. This is his tongue, and he slide it over. Any trading there? You could trade it up for something.
Does anyone want my rat skewer?
Oh my god, that was great.
Yeah, miss, and I'll take that. And I grab it from her, and there's a gaggle of children that are running by, and I kind of grab one of them by the arm. I'm like, take this, little buddy. He grabs it and runs off.
Gee, thanks, mister.
Yeah.
Frances leans her elbow on the counter and looks at you rather smarmily, looks down at the piece of tongue, says, listen, honey, that ain't enough to cook a meal out of, so why don't you just keep your snack in your pocket and, pull it out on a rainy day to relive those good times. But that's pretty cool that y'all are famous. Don't let it go to your heads. What can I do you for tonight? You ready for some shopping? I'm missing this great party because I got the shop all set up today, it being Saturday and all.
Sorry, I gotta work, man. Just to take the tongue back, put it back in my pocket. Yeah, what you got? What do you what do you got?
She, gestures her arm into a vast and jumbled array of detritus of the city. Everything from the sort of stuff that sifts out of loose pockets to stuff that falls off the back of trucks. Give me, let's see, everyone give me perception checks to see if anything particularly catches your eye.
All right, 1 second. You said perception?
Yeah. Ooh, damn.
Whoa. Miz. Woo. You rolled a 31.
I'll take a roll for Highlander. Oh. Aubrey, you notice a a Fashion Fun brand filter mask. That's it's like just the one you've been looking for, and you already know what it looks like.
Right.
It's got like hollow LED black light features, and it's it's everything a DVA could dream of. For the low price of $25.
Deal.
Drez. You are your eyes get stuck on the hardtack section. It's basically like an old store floor display that was for like Hostess products,
Okay.
but it's jammed full of locally made stuff like rat jerky, recovered surplus MREs, and Twinkies. Actually,
What?
Twinkies, they're actually vintage Twinkies. They're probably about 30 years old, but the shelf life on those things is astounding.
I'm like really static. I shove my head into. I'm like, are those fucking Twinkies?
they're real ass Twinkies.
Holy shit, guys! I turn to everyone, guys. You know what Twinkies are? In the 1980s, 1990s, and I start going on this spiel.
So it's sugar.
It's sugar basically.
We'll take it.
Awesome. Highlander notices they have some cheap brain dance trodes and some current and underground SimStim stuff in the trinkety $35 to $60 range, some memory sticks, a couple programs he hasn't heard of, and
knowing him, he's probably he's gonna want all of it.
Yeah, right. Miz, however, there's like an overture. There's a chorus of French horns and cellos in the background that slightly chimes in with an opening major chord, and the way the grubby fluorescent light flickers, glints off a bit of brass and steel tucked into a leather bag high on the top of a shelf. And what it reveals is the unmistakable brass emblem of the Buxtehude German company, purveyors of the finest tools known to man or machine. It's a nice looking satchel. Aside from that, they have a lot of stuff that is very useful to this locale. Things like environmental analyzers, cheap Geiger badges, Radometer brand, flashlights, high-powered flashlights, like 80,000 lumen, 120-foot range, monster flashlights, water purifiers, climbing rope. Among the more interesting items, surplus, military Militech surplus, infrared combat cloak, echolocation goggles, variety of keys, locks, safes, storage things,
I'm looking at everything. I'm like a kid in a candy shop right now. Just like there's so many.
Oh yeah,
things.
it's definitely a candy shop to be a kid in.
Yeah, do we fully plan on like exploring deep in here? We probably need flashlights, right?
Looks super. Yeah. I think so. Yeah, high powerful ones. I think it'd probably be good.
Yeah. Sorry, let me just. I'm almost at the end of the list, so I can just give it to you all at once as you're taking this all in, this jumble. It's like walking into a cluttered old antique shop. There's just so much shit that catches your eye. There's a breaking and entering kit, some light meds like IFAX, bone glue, tissue glue, pseudomorph. Then she's got a little locked cabinet with a black coke, an OD kit, and some slow, as well as subtonic, which are, drugs. She also offers money exchange at 7.5%. And yeah. So this is what I got, kids. You look like a kid in a candy store,
Hey,
D-Rez.
Yeah, I'm actually I love old things. Do you have old school like MP3 player or something like that? Do people still use those, or do we just use our agent?
Well, most people use their agent, but she reaches around. Give me a fast talk roll. Do you have fast talk? Or persuasion. Sure, persuasion. All right. She rummages in a big plastic locked storage bin behind her counter that's filled with a bunch of small stuff, and she comes up with this what's it called?
Guessing janky. I'm in my mind. I'm thinking of all the memory MP3 players that I've had, not an iPod, and they're so janky.
Well, she comes up with this thing that was kind of a flash in the pan on the personal electronics market, geared at younger teenagers. It's a device that clips onto your shoulder, and it's your personal theme music player.
Get the fuck out.
So you can load some songs and a simple hollow into it.
Yeah.
And it basically, you're guaranteed to make an entrance in any room.
What's the makeup? While I'm looking, I'm like, what's the makeup? It looks like a toy. Is it just going on my shoulder?
It's made by Play School, actually.
Awesome.
The Play School conglomerate.
Awesome. I'm definitely gonna pick that.
And you need one of those scrolling text spouts.
The projector could actually project scrolling text in front of you. It can project like a hollow image of yourself or your friends that you've uploaded. Can project a lightsaber into your hand.
As Shibuya said, sold! I want that sucker.
Something gave me the idea that this would be right up your alley. That'll be, I haven't seen one of these in quite a while. Must mean they're getting kind of rare. What would you say to $75 for that? I mean, it's a collector's item, out of the packaging and all, but...
I kind of slide eye Fast Eddie real quick. Yeah, that would be good. 75 it is. And then 75. Also,
okay.
how do they do is it credits on here, or how do they yeah. swipe my
Well,
card.
I mean, most of these people don't exactly do a lot of banking, like you would say. So I'd be happy to convert some credit into local currency if you plan on hanging out for a little while.
Yeah. You know what? That actually sounds good. What's the conversion rate again?
7.5%. Clean as a whistle. Better than you can do at the bank. Well, almost better.
I know Highlander gave me some cash. So I'll take. Give me 1 second. Can I have that book?
As part of Highlander's penance, I will make him do some accounting during the week so that I can get an update of everyone's money stores. But he's got, and you all have amongst you. You have. Did anyone read the money document?
Of this week?
No, it was,
Or
it was a
while
few
ago?
weeks ago.
I remember you talking about it, and we did discuss it. It was
Okay, it's
Yeah.
in the handouts. Handouts are important things. So money is, you have a few credit sticks that you can transfer
Yeah.
credits on, and it's all digital currency like Bitcoin. So if you want cash in hand, paper cash to use down here,
Yeah.
you can do exchange for that.
Okay.
You can just give her cred sticks and chime it over to her stick.
Okay, cool. That's what I'll do. He gave me 500 because I think he felt sorry for me when I said I was scrounging around for paper for pepperonis.
Didn't we all?
So I'm gonna take out of the 500. I'm gonna take 200 and convert it to the cash down here.
Okay.
So
you're gonna make me do math?
Yeah. I'm just
No.
gonna. I'm gonna.
Wrong answer. You do the math and tell me what you get at a
hold on,
7.5% conversion rate.
I need a paper. Give me 1 second.
If only there were some sort of portal into the worldwide.
As we're doing that,
information.
continue that. As I'm getting paper and whatnot.
Okay. And you're buying the. I'm just gonna keep track of what you guys buy. You want the personal theme music player? Yeah, did anything else? Oh, Shibu, you were getting the mask.
Yeah, I wanted to get the oh, Francis, I see you have a really nice set of tools up there in that bag.
Oh, that whole thing. She the way she says it lets you know that she knows exactly where that thing is. She pulls it down, lightly dusts off the top. The fine and supple leather shows you a very nice toolkit, an exquisite toolkit. And of course, the Buxterhud name just screams elegance.
Now, I don't have a lot of money, but I do have a pretty good set of tools I wouldn't need if I got that better set of tools.
You know what to do with all these gadgets and gizmos and what's-its and thingamabobs?
For sure. I mean, if you remember any of the work that my dad did, and I think they would be in really good hands with me as his daughter.
Yeah, she knows her stuff, Francis.
Give me a persuasion check.
At persuasion. Good.
I can. Okay. Okay.
It's 215. I'll be paying 215 for the 200.
Okay. Francis looks at Eddie, looks at you, says, "Well, yeah, I remember you folks real good, and but you got to understand, this is fine equipment. You're obviously aware of its provenance, and I can't just be letting it walk out of my shop without its due. So, tell you what, I could let this go for about 500, and you could owe me maybe a little favor too down the road."
As I'm exchanging, I'm like, whoa, 500.
Now that's a fair price, considering it's the Boosterhood brand, and it's an almost complete set. It's only missing a couple tools. And she opens it up and she shows you. Give me another perception check, Ms., if you could.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You notice that your sense of symmetry tells you that a few of the tools. This was not an original complete set. All of the tools are the right tools and the right brand, but they were probably assembled from remnants of several different sets to make this one almost complete set. And it is missing just a few tools here and there. There are empty slots, but otherwise it's gorgeous. You've never seen anything like this outside of a magazine or an ad on the HoloVids. No shops around here carry it. It's something that's only sold at the glitziest and glamorous end of town, or by going into one of their flagship stores. And you would know that 500 is a ridiculously good deal on this.
Right. Take my 99 cash disappointingly out of my pocket and ask her, well, do a job for you, and I'll come back. Come back for the beautiful kit if you'll hold it for me.
These kids sing beautifully down here, Fast Eddie. I've never heard singing like that before.
Yeah, you notice a few of the kids have enhancements around their throats, their vocal cords.
Yeah, the acoustics are actually pretty good down here in the tunnels.
3 of them start singing chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim Well, since you come with Eddie, I'd be happy to set this aside for you. Oh, honestly, a lot of people around here aren't really in the market for something so nice, but it's definitely a showcase piece, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, it's really nice. I just don't have it right now.
I understand. But you come back in one piece and we can talk.
All right, sounds good.
And what were you looking at, little rap star?
Oh, I was just kind of asking the group, do we need like flashlights and things? How deep are we going? I guess we don't know, right?
Hey, Fast Eddie, is it pretty dark down here, or how long does the energy last?
I mean, it's I got to run it 24/7, man. These lights are tapped in hard. Problem is where we're going, or where we're going to figure out where we're going. I've never been, and so I can tell you the places I can lead you are going to be lit because I took care of the power. But you know, if we end up somewhere else that I've never been, I can't say. That's the thing. I mean, it's always good to have some kind of light. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, Shibuya. I would say grab a light. Francis, do you have any glow sticks?
I'm one of the few people in the squad that has a job.
Oh yeah,
This is true.
I put
I'm
my
pretty sure
I put
pretty
my
sure I
head
have more
down.
money.
I put my head down. I'm like, yeah, you're right. I guess.
Pretty sure I have more money than a lot of. Yeah. How much are flashlights?
Well, we got these max spotters. Do. 20 bucks a pop for the 80,000 lumen 120 foot range flashlight.
All right. I'll buy 2 of them.
Okay. Plus your batteries.
Right.
I'm gonna run you $5 a pack, so you need 2 packs. So that's 20, 40, 50. And you like that mask you were looking at?
Yeah, that too. And then, do we need something to keep track of like radiation levels down here? Is that an issue?
Always a good idea.
Okay. Something for that too.
So those are $5 a piece for the little badges.
I'll buy one for everyone.
I like the Shibuya, like a Geiger counter.
Yeah,
Do you
it's a
have one?
radimeter. What it'll do, it's like a, the size of an ID card that you wear in a lanyard around your neck. You keep it, or you can like clip it to your lapel, that sort of thing. But you want it outside on you and at all times, and it's thicker and it's got some electronics in it, and it will give you it glows green when you're safe. It'll glow yellow when you're starting to detect radioisotopes, and it'll glow red when those get to a dangerous level or a dangerous length of time. And they are surplus, not the best quality. I mean, it's a cheap Geiger counter.
They have some stuff now that's like throwaway. I'm assuming it's one of those. Yeah.
A little bit better than those, but yeah, a little bit more advanced, but that's basically what it is. It's not the most accurate device, however.
It's just like
she
a
also
good or
has,
bad, right? It doesn't
right.
have like a, okay.
Exactly. She also has in very good condition, an environmental analyzer, and it's actually Biotechnica branded, and that it's almost, think of like a tricorder. It's about the size of a like an electronic label maker, and it gives you full spectrum, organic, inorganic, radioisotopic.
How much is that?
That's, well, this is a nice piece of gear in very good condition. I'd say $275 would be fair.
Okay.
That's a good piece. That'll tell you how thick a wall is.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do, let's buy 2 flashlights with 2 batteries. Let's buy enough badges for everybody, and then I'll buy that environmental scanner and hand it to Ms. You're better with tech. You take this.
All right, will do.
And Ms., even though it wasn't what you had your heart set on, and I can feel you're a little crestfallen, this is a new toy. And if there's one thing a techie loves, it's toys.
As Francis, is now that is there anything you're looking for that you want in your inventory?
You're asking?
I was
Who are
asking
you asking?
Francis about like if she needs anything, like selling anything to her specific she likes.
I mean, I'm always willing to do trades and barter. That's how a lot of my business goes. Why, you got something you thinking of offloading?
Well, besides my tongue, I don't think I have anything too useful.
Honey, if that's all you got and those beautiful blue eyes, you're still going to need to buy a ticket to get on the subway.
I know.
Know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. Let's just laugh at that.
All right.
She accepts credits, right? I don't have to.
Yeah.
Just drop a fat stack.
Yeah, you just load up your bill onto a so that's 50 for the two flashlights and batteries, 25 for the mask, 25 for 5 badges, and 275 for the scanner.
Yeah, it's about $400.
And yeah, she's open somewhat regularly, so you guys can visit her like a store. And her inventory is always changing too.
Over to Ms. Maybe I'm like, we should get that one car you built, and she might like that. It's a little nifty little thing.
That one what?
You know, that one car you built when you left it. I see it, Molly. Oh my goodness. That one car you built with the camera, we got to get it
Oh
back.
yeah, she might like that little spy mobile.
Yeah,
You're
true,
right.
True.
All right.
You want to sell it to her? You have to go get it first.
Yeah, I was just talking to Ms. I'm like, hey, we should get that, just whispering and like, hey, we should get that, we should get that back. She might like that.
Eddie kind of takes notice and is pretty interested in what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Molly.
She can play too. It's okay.
I know.
She can take Highlander's place.
No, I know. But when she's screaming "lizard" in Spanish in my head for like the last 5 minutes,
that's just like Highlander.
No, but Bob, you said you were leaning in, listening.
I mean, he's paying attention.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Copy.
All right, so she packs this stuff all up for you guys. So what's up with this party? Like, are you guys just shopping in the middle of it? Like, I'm honestly a little confused. Because this shit's happening right now, right? Like, people are sending me these videos and blowing up my phone talking about this great shindig over Gibson Road.
Oh, what's... I looked at Highlander. What's happening? Like, what's going on? It's been a little bit.
Highlander apparently took a little too much synth coke on the way down here, and he just screams "lizard" into your ear in Spanish.
That sounds about right. I love it. Damn.
Lizarde!
Highlander, come on now. Oh man.
Hey, so listen, Francis, I met him at the party. As you know from my relationship with Ray, Miss and I go way back. I mean, I pretty much raised her. I'm kind of like her uncle. Yeah, so I met him up at the party, and we got some stuff we need to talk about, and that's why we're back here. So I thought I'd kind of show him around, show him what you guys have for sale and stuff, where I show him my hideout, and we kind of before we dig in. You know what I'm saying?
Those rats are good, by the way. Delicious.
She leans in with a conspiratorial look and says, "What kind of business y'all talking about? Y'all looking for trouble? Or y'all anything to do with them gangs that been coming down here and starting shit?"
What gangs? I raise an eyebrow to Fast Eddie.
Oh, a bunch of them night riders come down, pushing people around. They try to have races down in the tunnels, down the tracks. Once in a while, that sort of thing happens. It's to be expected, I guess. But I don't know. It just seems a lot more organized lately. And then you got them Russians coming in with the drugs and trying to get girls up into whoring.
What kind of races? Like motorcycles?
Well, they got these utility bikes that go on the rails that kids around here race, but no, they come down with their big fancy rice rockets and shit and just go down in the tunnels. Can't understand why they want to do it. Beats the hell out of the bikes, and half of them end up
trash
getting hurt.
You would need a lot of motivation to bring expensive bikes into sewers.
You said Russian? Hey, wasn't that Daiso part of the Russian?
Daiso Bosuzoku does not sound Russian to me.
No, very much probably related to the biker situation.
Yeah, I think he was heading up part of the night riders that are down here.
The Russians, that's a completely different thing, though.
Ah.
Well, I mean, I say completely different, but it could be related, right?
It could all be related, and that's what we're doing here. Yep.
Highlander has a moment of clarity in his drug-induced stupor and turns to Shibu and says, "Hey, didn't you kill a Russian one time?"
Why do we always have to bring up the fact that I murdered someone? I didn't mean to.
It wasn't murder. It was he had it coming. Self-defense. And then he goes back to screaming lizard in Spanish.
Highland, I know you're okay with knocking heads sometimes.
Hey Highland, are you buying anything?
Drug runners.
He's having a fear and loathing moment. He's incoherent. He's seeing dinosaurs on the walls.
I just tell him to I put the radiation lanyard around his neck. Just pay attention to this, Highland.
Green good. Red bad. Right?
Correct. You got it.
Love it.
Lizarde!
Spot on.
Sounds like we got more to talk about if we got somebody killing Russians.
Francis, thank you so much for I hug my machine.
Yeah, Fast Eddie, if you want to come over here for a second. Have we not talked to you about the drug runners we ran into?
Haven't heard about them drug runners.
We were investigating the general situation with people buying up places, right? And one of the places we went ended up just being like a flop house full of drug runners. Things went kind of sideways.
What kind of drugs were they pushing?
Methamphetamines, right? Like the kind that make you super awake, super maybe even stronger, etc. That kind of stuff.
Okay. Eddie's got his notebook out. He's jotting everything down.
And they seemed not too happy that random people just showed up, right?
Now, when you're saying
things like
they, are these boys Russian? Is that what you're saying to me?
I looked.
Were they all Russian?
I thought so, right, Highlander? I believe it was just two of them.
So Nikolai, who was the big, hefty, bald guy who seemed to be the boss, was definitely Russian. And had a thick, greasy Russian accent, kind of like leftover mutton stew greasy. Then there was, what was his name? Twitchy Mickey or something?
Yeah, that was it. Twitchy Mickey.
He was Russian. One guy did not look Russian, but he was wearing their,
Yeah, because
gang colors.
The guy that came behind me never said anything.
He was Russian for the briefest moment of time that you know him in this life. And the guy that you filleted his arm and made him shoot himself in the head, he was definitely Russian. He was shouting at you in Russian as he was shooting at the door frame.
I'm like, oh yeah, I do recall that one guy.
So yeah, Eddie, like I said, things went sideways fast. Guns started going off. People started cutting off people's arms. I tried to stay mostly out of it. I'm just a driver. But then like someone just popped up behind me. So out of self-defense, I just flipped them. Simple judo flip, but they hit their head.
And then there was the guy when you were pulling away in the car. You kind of
I ran into it.
But you know.
Yeah, I was also like, I'd run over someone with my car, but that's.
I love the conversation. Do I hear this? I'm like, I hear Shibu. I killed the one in self-defense. Oh yeah, and then
that was just a moving violation, and that's 2 points on your license.
It's just like vehicular manslaughter.
Well, I felt that him getting away to tell people about it was a bad thing.
Absolutely.
Plus, he was in your blind spot in the cab. That back seat post has a wicked blind spot.
Yeah, it's hard to see. But yeah, so that's kind of the deal that happened there, Fast Eddie. So we've run into these Russian drug runners before.
Yeah, we got them down here in the tunnels too, and I'm telling you, it's all connected. Let me bring you back to. I feel like we're kind of exposed out here in the bazaar. I want to dig into all this shit. Let me take you back to my hideout. So Eddie kind of leads you. You got the bazaar that's sort of all around you, and
Francis says before you leave. Now listen, if you guys, if they're Russian mob, then that's a big thing. So I'd be more than happy to get those scoundrels out of here because they don't bring anything good. But if you go after them, you come see me before you go. All right?
I'll bring them back to you, Francis. That's you can count on that.
All right, now y'all take care now. And it was a pleasure meeting you again.
Thank you so
Miss.
much.
Thanks, Francis.
Thank you.
Don't you worry, I'll hold on to this satchel for you. It's got your
Thanks
name
so
on it.
much. Thanks.
Oh my gosh, she's saying Shibuya?
Yeah, come here, Molly. Molly, Shibu. Boo.
Aw, you gotta
Shibu.
record that and clip it.
Now she won't say it. Now she's just laughing at me.
You have to
Because
teach
Evan
her,
said it really
Shibu
loud,
sign.
and she was like, Shibu, Shibu.
It's a fun word.
You have to teach her Shibu's rap.
All right, we're good.
I'm sorry, Eddie, I interrupted you.
No, you're good. Okay, so the bazaar is kind of all around you. You can see there's kind of like a guard station. There, we got a guard station in the back here. There's going to be some, this is just a penny tour before I bring you back to the hideout. There's going to be a couple cells back there, just for the riffraff before all this shit got shut down. Now, on the left here, and I'm leading you over, you're kind of following me, there's all of the kind of where you'd scan your Metro cards to get on the subway, and then it'd turn the little turntable thing to count how many people are going on the subway each day, you know. As Eddie walks up to the rail, they're all lit up red, like they're not going to turn to let you on the subway, but they all, like, he gets within 5 feet of the panel and they all turn green, and you guys all kind of walk through and click through. So we're standing in front of the train tracks now, and there's sort of a industrial catwalk that you walk up the stairs and go over the would-be trains that, if they're going to be running at the time, but they're not, it's just empty. So we go up over this catwalk and then back down, and we're on the other side of the tracks. And we enter in a door that looks like just kind of like it's a man-sized door, pretty heavy duty. It's made out of iron. He swings it open. It kind of creaks, and you go in sort of like an airlock. That's not an airlock, but just, everybody piles in. We shut the door and turn left, and there's another one that opens up. And here we are, folks. This is my hideout. It's basically just, nothing too fancy. I crank the door open and it squeaks. And you can see a set of tracks that pulls in to the side of the room. And it's basically a repair. So if there's an engine that needs worked on, they can pull it off the tracks and in here. And they can get it back running and then put it back on the same tracks. But it's a completely separate room from the subway itself. In the middle of the room, there's a big gantry that's big enough that would lift a car off the tracks and then put it in the middle of the room. There's all kinds of, tons of analog equipment around all the walls, like a Bridgeport machines, and there's metal lathes and all kinds of just 6 foot metal cabinets full of tools and stuff. And in one of the corners on your right, you've got a sort of an L-shaped desk in the corner with just all kinds of computer, old CRT monitors on them, with just kind of cables everywhere strewn about. There's a set of restrooms in the very back, where it looks like, a crew of 4 or 5 guys would be working in here, for their shift to kind of repair these engines and get them back on track. So yeah, he's got, a makeshift still set up in one corner. He's got, just like a makeshift kitchen on one of the workbenches. Yeah, it's pretty grimy, but it looks like, it's just all business. Like, he comes here to work. Now on one of the walls, it's just an absolute, it's basically like a cork board with just printed out papers and handwritten scrawls that are, thumbtacked on with what looks like crude maps and notes and pictures of people and, profiles and, yarn and line. And it looks like a fucking madman is trying to unhatch some conspiracy that's just a rat's nest of, theories on this wall. And so Eddie he walks in and ushers you in. Hey, anybody want some coffee? I'll throw some on. It looks like we're going to have a little talk.
D-Rez is looking around. With the web, do I notice anything or anything that jumps out to me?
Give me a perception check.
Now, while you're doing that, Eddie's going to go in the back and take a piss in the bathroom, so I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm getting mediocre rolls. Not bad, not good, but meh.
Well, no, that passes
Compared to
the bar.
Compared to Ashley's 31.
Yeah, it was no 31.
Yeah, that was nutty.
Congrats on unlocking that. If this were a video game, rolls like that give you special unlocks.
So
and
dope.
I was really hoping that you would either haggle and talk. Well, you did haggle and talk your way into discovering that Ms. Um, what do you notice? You notice. Do.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back. So Drez is immediately drawn to your crazy person corkboard.
Yeah.
He notices Express Chat. A little pin on the map where Express Chat and a little X marked in red over it, and you noted that they closed recently. There's a big red question mark printed over the Latter-day Saints building, which is just like a block away from your apartment.
Is there anything that says I know my name, Ed Reston Mitchell, or anything last name Mitchell?
Negative.
Copy.
All right, so Eddie goes over and he there's kind of some crude pipes coming down from the ceiling. He cranks a valve open and fills up a percolator, and throws it on.
Awesome.
Throws it on he's got a hot plate that he uses to heat up the water. So he throws that on and gets some coffee going and sits down, and he pulls his notebook out, kind of crosses his legs, and he's like, all right, guys, we need to start talking. Now these Russian gangs, they've been moving down here kind of about the same time as these night riders. And at first we all we kind of thought it was all just some nuisance stuff. I mean, it happens, but I'm telling you, man, all this shit's connected. Now, if you look up here on the board, I've got names, numbers, I got addresses, I'm close, and I'm real close, guys. And if we're going to get down to the bottom of this, I'm going to need everything that you guys have been working on. And he pulls out his notebook, and he starts, he's like looking at you, like ready to jot down what's going on. So, those Russian guys that you killed, I mean, I'm going to need names, I'm going to need profiles. This express chat that closed down, like, I mean, what's going on there? I mean, okay, I can tell you what I know is in the back room is an entrance to the subway. How about that? Do you guys know that?
Hold on, to the express shop?
That's right.
Everybody looked at everyone else. I didn't know that. Why would they have an entrance to the subway?
The other buildings?
I mean, these are tunnel maintenance tunnel entrances that lead to these businesses. I mean, let's go back. Let's go back to the beginning here. I mean, when we're talking about power, you guys to see the generator down here.
Yeah.
There is no generator. I mean, I've been leeching power off these businesses and this infrastructure. I mean, that's what I do. That's what I was paid for years, and now I'm doing it this is what I'm using for fuel. Like I said, we don't pay the bills, but when I'm jacking power off something off the grid, so to speak, and a business comes by, gets bought up, and something drops off, I mean, I notice, and I started noticing patterns. And the thing is, when these businesses are being bought up, I mean, it's sure as shit. Every single one of them's got a maintenance access down to these tunnels down here underground.
Each one that has been bought up?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm saying. And don't you just think that's a little? Don't you think that's a little weird? Like, what kind of coincidence is that running?
Eddie, Miss, what's the one the building that's being built with the little race car you made. What was that going to be, or what was the company?
We're not sure what's being built, but we think it has something to do with Mirai Electronics.
I'm just curious. Is there an entrance over there that we don't know about? That is, I mean, if everything has
remember
been
they
bought,
were digging really deep holes over at the old Mission Park.
Fast Eddie,
Yeah, the sign at the construction site at Mission Park said it was going to be a comm tower, and it was being built by Mirai Electronics.
Is there a tunnel over there, or is that because if that was bought, have you heard of that plot being bought from that company?
Yeah, that's kind of a dead end down there. It wasn't. I mean, I heard them using those. They tried to demo that shit out. We heard the blast, but it doesn't lead to anything down underneath. But what's this? You keep talking about this car that you made. There's some kind of like
Yeah, Miz can
little
actually.
car.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about that. I didn't build it, Miz.
Yeah, we kind of we had a burner phone there to record anything that was happening on that construction site. Sitting in there now, all we have to do is go get it and probably charge it for a minute, turn it back on, and see what kind of footage it caught.
All right, so now that's good. That's juicy. That's we're gonna need that.
What we did gather with it already is the construction workers there carry. They're armed, which isn't normal.
Which is weird, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only dead end that it doesn't. See, that's the thing is why would you hear blasting if they just bought the place? That means specifically that they're digging to make sure. And if Fast Eddie, that company that who bought the other plots or other companies? Do you know the?
You see, I don't know. That's what I'm trying to get to the bottom of.
So the one
I know that I can reach down here, and I've explored it all, but I haven't found jack shit. And
well,
I need to go. There's got to be somewhere else we can get in. That it's the missing link. That's there's just too many cave-ins down here. I mean, if I could have found it, I would have found it already, and we wouldn't even be having this conversation. But yeah, there's got to be something else. There's got to be something. I'd say. Now, how about this Latter-day Saints apartment here? I mean, what's going on with that? I mean, that's all stuff I've just heard secondhand from topsiders, but I didn't know if you've had any run-ins with them.
DM, I'm not sure. Have we?
Oh, we've been pretty quiet. They've been pretty
Yeah.
quiet. Haven't really drawn our suspicion much. They're just always around. They've always been around. I don't really think to.
Besides the Dazo and his crew and checking out the other places, there was that printing shop. I forgot I tell you Fast Eddie. You probably already know, but the printing shop was open at the time. The lady said I walked into a lady that worked there at the time was open 2 weeks ago. Gave her 600 credits and then said someone who bought us, we're out of here. Does that also have an entrance?
The 3D print shop?
Yeah.
What's the name of the business again?
Ms., what was it? It was 3D print fast or something like that.
Shop. I don't know. Marty Epstein owned it.
Yeah, Marty. That's right. Not sure.
That's right. Yeah, that does. It has an entrance to the tunnels.
And last we checked, Last Mile Transport hadn't sold.
But they got an offer from Mirai.
last mile transport.
Hold on. Let's
Yeah.
get this straight. So we now have two companies. We have Mirai, who got an offer, and now we know that the other company that was trying to blast their way through was another company. So there's two companies that bought one and then bought another. So those are two companies. Those are two companies that are trying to.
What do you mean?
Well,
Rise working at Mission Park, and they're trying to buy Last Mile.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
What was the other company that Shibuya, the gun carrier, that they were loaded? What was the company that they hired? It was like a mercenary group, or not a mercenary group, but like a company.
It's a security group.
Yeah, security group.
What were they called again?
Affirmative action.
Yeah, there we go.
Affirmative action. Res?
What was it?
It's affirmative action, but what was your question?
Oh no, I just it wasn't a question. I was just thinking
Clarifying.
or clarifying that the one with the car that you made, what company was that bought?
Oh, it was affirmative action is the security company that's monitoring Mission Park.
Correct. And then
So it would have been Mirai that hired affirmative
Yeah, it's
action
the
to
same.
guard their place. Yeah,
Got it.
yeah.
so
They're
Mirai
just,
is the
they're
company.
just actively building something there.
Yeah.
Everything else is kind of.
Got you. So we now have, so it's Mirai. So we have one company, Mirai, who has bought all the other buildings, which Fast Eddie just said that has a entrance besides the one that we just talked about. So that means that they're 100%, they're trying to get something underground that we don't know about. 100%. Why would they be trying to blast a hole on this entrance when they have all the other ones that have an entrance? Why is that one? Well, yeah. Why is that one significant? You have another entrance on the ones you bought.
Now that construction zone that you left the bug in, when I'm talking about blasting, I mean, you see these businesses are buying up that have the entrances. I mean, they don't. I'm saying they're speculating. They may think they have them. They may think they're not. They're just buying up as many as they think have them. And if they're out there blowing holes in parks and stuff like that, it's because they got the money to do it. It doesn't mean there's anything underneath there. It just means that they're trying to see if they can find somewhere else that leads in. Is all I'm saying.
I see.
I mean, but who knows? I mean, the moneymaker could be under there. I can't say. It's just the first thing we're going to need to do is go back and get that phone, that burner, and see what's going on in that area.
Everybody else and Ms. Oh, that reminds me. I wanna. Is the villa okay? How's the villa doing, Allender? I'm guessing he has his agent, or it's connected, right?
Parties. What, the party? Let me
Yeah.
check for you. Ooh, it looks like they've broken some windows and they've gotten beer in the spa.
Jesus Christ! Can you see?
We should get back and party with them.
Is anyone singing? Is everything? Can you zero?
Oh
in?
yeah, Megan's pumping out how to dance tunes.
You okay there,
Allender
mate?
leans over and throws up a little.
I pat him on the back. Okay, bud, you're okay. It was a little fast.
Hey Eddie, do you got any of that hooch that you had in your flask?
Yeah, man, I got an extra one. I'll fill up for you. And I walk over to the still, and I've got a few
I could use a wee nip.
Actually, on second thought, I'm all out, if you know what I mean. So you look like
that's too bad.
Yeah, it's too bad. I wink at Fessay. That's too bad.
He
How about you sit
leans
down,
forward and just rolls off the
Oh.
chair onto the floor and is pretty unconscious.
All right. Well, we'll just rest easy, bud. So I, as I sit down right next to, to Highlander on the ground, yeah, I think we should probably get the burner first. Yeah. How we gonna do it? Shibuya said that they were armed. I recall I don't know what they were wearing. Was it regular, just military gear?
The guy at the booth was in a typical polyester gray and black rent-a-cop uniform. The other two guys were in construction gear, hard hats, reflective vests,
They just had guns.
guns.
I'm pretty sure the guards probably don't notice, but Ms., there wasn't any you didn't see any it was at nighttime. Damn. Yeah, we could go in as
One of us buy a construction costume a while
Yeah,
back.
because someone's gonna have to get onto the property. I own a cop outfit.
Yeah, Shibuya had bought something at the at a cop place.
Awesome cop raincoat.
Yeah.
Sprayed
It's defaced though. It's vandalized.
defaced.
So,
Vandalized.
like,
No control.
correct. So like, it wouldn't work for like infiltration. They'd be like,
No.
why?
No, can you go up there? No control. Yeah, we could go back. Hey, Fast Eddie, do you think? Well, do you have any construction working garb?
I'm sorry, I had to drop out of the chat and come back in, and my thing was bugged. What'd you say?
Oh, no worries. Do you have any construction outfits or anything like that? Worker hats?
Actually, you know what I do? They got a. They're in one of the cabinets. He's got some kind of hard hats and vests and stuff like that, just from the nature of the work of the guys that would be down in the subway if they had to go out and like work out on the tracks or something. And it's real simple stuff. It's just orange hats and vests.
I'm like, oh man, that's perfect. Okay, we can't all go because that'd be just as suspicious as one group, unless. But
you guys got 6 new employees. It's fine.
Yeah, we could. Well, I don't know when they get up for work. We could either watch them, watch the shift when it gets up, or hopefully it's like probably early. We could guesstimate, and then head there with who wants to be a construction worker. Who looks construction worker-ish? I look at everyone's face, like Fast Eddie, Ms., Shibuya, anyone that particularly is like, that's the one.
Saturday.
Highlander? No.
I don't think like a skinny Asian girl looks the part. So.
I looked at Fast Eddie. Fast Eddie, do you wanna go in there? Or are you
Yeah, I can handle it. Let's do it.
All right, Fast Eddie it is. All right. So I guess we just park and we park and wait for
I'll keep the car running.
yeah, in case something happens.
I mean, I'm not one to just jump in guns blazing. I think maybe we should kind of look at it from a distance and see what's going on.
Okay.
Right.
Maybe there's a shift change, or hell, maybe they don't even have anything going on there anymore. Maybe they're done construction and
Absolutely.
it's just roped off. Let's just scope it out first, see what's going on.
Agree. Copy. Highlander, here. Are you okay? You hear that? We're gonna go check this place out. No, okay. Someone needs to help Highlander with me, and I think we're ready.
You're piling up and leaving right now?
I look to everybody else. Are we doing this right now, or are we doing this later? I look to Fast Eddie. Would this help us? Would this help you with your mission?
I mean, getting that burner is definitely up there on the list. But before we head out, have you guys heard about this convention going on with this Latter-day Saints church thing that's going on?
I haven't. Also, I am racking my brain. Oh, that's right. Rex said something about Tessa. Have you ever heard the name Tessa?
I have.
Oh, well, that's funny. Coming from the party. Well, yeah, you were there. She's been missing for a little bit. Just wonder if maybe your folk had been seeing her a little bit, or.
No, I haven't seen her.
That's funny.
But she's from down here. We know her around these parts.
I'm she's probably fine to shake my head. But going back to the Latter-day Saints, what have you heard?
I mean, it's kind of all over the news on these scream sheets. This guy Bishop Young, he's the leader of the Latter-day Saints District Council, and he's going to be there. And I feel like if all these corps swooping in, buying up businesses, I mean, these are one of them. I mean, it's tomorrow, so we got time tonight, but I think it might be something worth checking in on. Is all I'm saying.
Okay, I say
not something I'd be flying solo to. You know what I'm saying?
Agree. What time is it?
The convention?
Oh no, like in general, like what time is it now?
It's
after we came back down, I guess. After the party.
a little before midnight. You're
Okay.
cresting on the witching hour.
Okay. I look at my watch. Fast Eddie, it's 12. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. I think we could swing by, grab that real quick. I don't think it's gonna be too much of a big problem. I look at the Miz. Miz, where was it last time that you said? I mean,
It's under the security hut type thing. If anything, you could act like, you forgot your lunchbox or your agent or who knows
you
what.
dropped your agent or something like that. I don't know. But okay. I think if we swing by there and then maybe go back to the villas, I think we'll have enough time. Also, Fast Eddie, what time was that meeting at for this Latter-day Saints?
I mean, it's tomorrow. I don't know, mid-afternoon. It says in the scream sheets. It's kind of all over the news.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we should mid-afternoon. We should have enough time. Is that good for everyone? I looked at everyone and.
Yeah, that's fine by me.
All right. Shibu, you wanna drive us there? How far is it from where we are to where we are?
Just a few blocks.
Awesome. Perfect. All right, Shibuya. Can we head over there? With that said, as we're going over to the news section, can we take a 10?
Yeah, this is a perfect time.
Cool. Okay.
We're at halfway.
Awesome.
All right, we're all back. So on the map, you guys are over down here. Or actually, I think right there. At the subway station, you walk back down the corridor, out into the subway station, and then out into the night, back to your car, and you drive a few blocks over to Rex's place and the park. And I think D-Rez, somewhere in your pockets, you find crumpled up the list of the 4 addresses that Rex had given you originally that day that he introduced you to Highlander and Shibu and Havoc.
It's just a go on.
The four addresses were Valencia Commons, 2544 Carpenter Lane, Last Mile Transport, and Maritime Warehouse. And you had visited Carpenter Lane and Last Mile Transport.
Gotcha. Are we right by one of those as we're driving? Or are we closer to the construction area?
Going on route to the construction area is the Valencia Commons location. It's a little side street off of 24th.
Gotcha. Hey, Fastity, I look at crumpling in my hand, or like, looking at Valencia Commons. Does that ring a bell at all? Anything going on there as we're driving by, I guess?
Yeah, Valencia Commons is that
copy. Gotcha.
Binocular mark on the map.
Okay.
I can't say from up here. I'd have to be underneath it.
Gotcha. All right. As we're where's the construction area?
The construction area is 2 blocks ahead.
Okay. All right. Hey guys, after this, we grabbed after we grabbed the car, stopping these commons, I showed him the piece of paper. Rex told me to stop at a couple places, and I mean, it's right here, so I mean, why the hell not, right? But yeah, after we grabbed the car, I just want to check it out for a second.
Okay, so you're doing a drive-by?
Yeah.
Okay. So Mission District tends to be the liveliest part of the neighborhood at night. You know, it's a Saturday night around midnight, and there's a good amount of people out on the street. And it's late spring, early summer, so the weather's nice enough. You turn down the little side street that Valencia Commons is on. Oops. I'm looking on the Google map here. Why isn't it moving? Oh. That's why. Sorry, and do I have a lot of background noise here?
No, you're good.
Okay. All right, so off 24th Street, this little kind of dead end side street goes in, and there's a crumbling facade outside that says Valencia Commons Retirement Community. But it's a shambles. It's, you know, you see some windows that are boarded up, a few local hoods just hanging around out front, smoking stuff, cigarettes maybe, bottles in their hands, a couple of kids bouncing a basketball in a empty parking lot using a abandoned, torn out, burned out vehicle as a basket. Couple of stray cats meowing in the night, looking for love. And it's a dead-end street, so doing a drive-by involves kind of going to the end and doing a slow U-turn.
Okay. It's just slow 9-point turn. Don't go
Oh man, this is I thought it was farther down the road. I didn't know it was a dead end. Sorry about that, Shubi. Yeah. I guess we could just I didn't know this part. Wow, this is okay. Yeah, Shubi, have you heard anything about the Commons?
No.
Huh. Okay. I just wanted to check it out real quick. Let's go to the construction area.
Okay. So you gonna do a drive-by there as well?
Yeah, Eddie, you want to do a drive-by, right? Just to check it out, or want to park right next to it just to see what's going on? Maybe shifts, someone popping out.
Yeah, let's do a slow drive by and see what's going on in there.
All right.
All right. Shibu, give me a driving roll. Just preemptively. Damn you. Besides making the 9-point turn that you took at the end of Valencia Lane look as casual as a Sunday morning, Shibu coasts through traffic as though on a cloud, avoiding all the bums stumbling around coming from the soup kitchen and and rubbernecking. As you drive by the park, you notice right away. Everyone, give me perception checks first. Curious how deep your gaze will fall.
You're gonna have to roll for me, Romeo.
Okay. Find your damn token. Sorry, I don't have Eddie on the map. There's Eddie, larger than life. Oh. So that's just a... All right. So immediately you guys notice that the two big lights that were there previously are off. The equipment is still there, but the lights inside are shut down. There's just a bunch of the blinking orange caution lights, that they leave on construction sites. The guard booth is lit in front. There's a light on inside, but you don't see anyone in it. And that's all you notice driving by. It looks to be not busy at all.
Eddie, guys, did you see that? I didn't see anyone at the guard tower, and then with the lights off or in the front. It seems like either people are asleep, and went to, or they don't seem like they get activity at all, so they're just chilling.
Where'd you say whereabouts he left that car?
Is underneath the guard tower, right? Underneath there.
Yeah, that's where we drove it, right, Shibu?
Yeah. It should be basically
I could...
right around the corner of the guard tower.
I'm sorry, I forgot. We can. We actually have a
cool.
map
Nice.
for this.
Yeah, it's over here.
I looked at it fascinated. I'm like, all right, we got the construction equipment, right?
I mean, you're wearing it, aren't you?
Oh, I'm wearing it. I thought you're going. I looked so fast. I was like, I thought you were going in.
I kind of. We're both wearing hats and vests.
Yeah. I'm like, both of okay, all right. I'm like, all right. I look to Shibuya and yeah. I get. We'll go in and we'll grab the bot. I didn't see anyone there, so I mean, I think we're good.
I mean, if we see anybody in the guard tower, I guess just let me do the talking. I can try to run some jargon on them that, makes his head spin. They don't call me Fast Eddie for nothing, you know what I'm saying?
Copy. I'm like, I adjust my hat. I put on the vest.
Well, let's get our story straight before we go in.
Yeah.
We're just gonna be I don't know, I'm spitballing here. I mean, throw any ideas you got my way, but maybe we're just a check-in crew or something like that. We're coming to relieve somebody, or maybe we
yeah, we could
maybe we're taking stock of something that's in the area, and of all these sites that are being built, and we got to come in and just take a quick inventory of some machinery or something, an in and out situation, not something we're going to be around for all night, just like a quick count.
You could talk if there is someone you could talk to them while I try to find the the bug.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and just I'm telling you, man, just look like you belong. I mean, be confident. Look like it's something you do every day. Don't look happy to do it. You don't want to be here. It's the middle of it's midnight, and they got you out counting numbers and trucks, and that's not something you want to be out doing. Look pissed.
I take my hands and I into my eyeballs, and I take out the blue contacts and put them on the dash.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, yeah, that'll work. That works.
Everyone is a little disheartened to see those placid blue pools sitting on Shibu's dashboard.
I saw Shibu.
Rather than framed by your face.
And I'm like, I looked past that. I'm like, okay, good. Nothing distracting or out of the ordinary. Okay.
What's the name of the construction company that's running this joint?
Should be it was
Mirai?
Mirai. That's what it was.
Mirai is the company. Their name was branded all over the project. I don't think I gave you a contractor name, but it's Night City Contracting.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Shibuya, Ms. Highlander, Highlander, are you still okay? Is he gonna be okay?
I thought you left him back at Eddie's.
Oh yeah, I guess so. He's on the floor, right? You said he passed out.
He was snoring in a small puddle of his own vomit.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Shibuya, Ms. If anything happens to us, we'll just book it. I mean, I think we'll be okay. But okay, I didn't see anyone. So, you ready, Fast Eddie? Are you ready, Eddie? Ready, Eddie?
Okay, so
yeah, I'm as ready as I'm gonna be.
Tell me, are you pulling up in the cab and having it wait? Are you walking from around the corner and having the cab parked a block away?
Yeah, Shibuya,
give me the scenario.
Can you can you drop us? How do you get the dot to show me where you, or the bleep? The bip.
Hit shift, left click. All right, when you left click and hold the button down, it pings a location. If you press shift and then do it down, it centers the map, but that might only be a GM option.
I gotcha. Yeah, it's.
But you can just ping it to show me where you want it.
Yeah, I want on the corner of where they can't see us. So like on the corner of the right over here. I don't know why it's not.
Over here?
Yeah, you got it. Yep.
Okay.
And then just drop me and Eddie off and park on the street right there.
Okay.
And then I guess we head over to the Eddie first in front instead of me.
Now wait, hang on a minute. Are we parking this cab and walking?
What were you thinking?
No, man. Let's play it into the gig here. Let's just have this cab pull right up to that booth, right at the gate, and we're gonna get out, and we're gonna look like we're gonna be. I mean, okay. You just follow my lead.
Copy.
Okay, just pull this cab up, and I'll get this shit rolling.
I look at okay, Fast Eddie. I'm like, let's do it. I'm jumping inside the cab and we do what Fast Eddie's doing.
Okay. So you're pulling up right in front. Correct?
Copy.
Okay. All right. When you return, do you walk up to the guard booth? Question?
Yeah. So Eddie's got his notebook and his pen out, and I'm gonna march right up to that guard booth and see if anybody's inside of it. I'm going to have it open, and I'm going to be jotting notes down on it the whole time.
Okay. You walk up to the booth, and you see on the side, on your right side, the door in the back is open, and you kind of peer over the glass, and there's a guy in the affirmative action security uniform down, and it looks like he's fiddling with the power cords to a computer down there.
Okay. I kind of motion to D-Rez to, I just kind of give him a head nod, like, go ahead and go on in, I'll talk to this guy. And I walk right up to the window and I knock on it, and I got my notebook out.
I start heading in.
Okay. He jerks his head up. Hey, how can I help you? What? Hey, what are you doing? Hey, buddy, you can't be here.
Don't worry about him. Hey, we've been sent by Jeffrey Wilkins. We're with Mirai. We're with the Industrial Excel Inventory team.
Okay.
We're going to be taking stock. No, hang on. Just let me go ahead and just get it out here. We're in a hurry. See this cab out front? I mean, we got to be at the next site in 5 minutes. I mean, this guy's on my ass, and I got to take these notes and get in and out. I mean, it's not going to take any time. I'm going to take a couple stock on some Bobcats and the skid loader that we got running. Now, hang on. I need to just get this out here real quick. Okay, looks like you got 2 Bobcats and a skid loader back there. You see, when this shit goes missing, I mean, there's nobody but us to get out in the field and tell us where to go and who's got and what shit's where. And if we got another side opening up on the other side and we can't get this shit in the right spot, then you know what I'm saying, it's just I gotta take this stock. So I mean, we're in and out. I mean, that's just the way it's got to be. I mean, what are you messing with down there, boy? That looks like a 2-stage power that's going in there. I mean,
all right, boss, I think that's
it,
and that's everything I got. I didn't see anything to the thermocouple or any energy, but I think we're okay.
All right, sounds good. I mean, you got the proper equipment in there. I mean, what's your name, son? I'll go ahead and send it back to Jeffrey. You've been doing a fine job in here.
Eddie, give me a conspiracy theory roll.
And you're going to have to roll it for me.
Okay. Eddie comes with his own special ability. Oh, and he nails it. Just as in real life, your verbal fusillade completely breached the defenses of the affirmative action guard, and he kept trying to get a word in edgewise and was unable to. And D-Rez, I'm assuming you walked back there and retrieved
Yeah, I put it in the chat as he was talking. I look underneath and I grabbed bot. If it was
okay. Could you give me a stealth check?
Copy.
Ooh, nicely done. That actually was that's your target number. 15 plus a modifier. You guys are
That was awesome.
like Ocean's 11ing this.
That was awesome.
My name's Brian.
Brandon,
Cap.
thanks a lot, man. Don't worry about it. We're going to be
Hey,
out of here.
listen, you're not on the schedule. We didn't get any calls about that. Hang on, who did you say your boss was? Let me
go inside the
give
taxi.
him a call.
All right, boss.
All right. I'm walking away from the booth back towards the cab, and I turn around. It's Jeffrey Wilkins with Mariah. I'll see you later, buddy. I'll see you at the next site. And I just get in the cab and shut the door.
All right, Chief, let's go.
She would give me a driving roll. With, I mean, this driving skill goes beyond just operating a vehicle. Shibu reads the situation. Like if you were doing a bank heist and you needed to just, instead of screaming away at full blast, you needed to blend into the crowd. That's what she just did, and just read the situation perfectly, pulled away like a cab on a fare, and raised no suspicion whatsoever in this guard's mind that he's gonna have to call in, and he hope he gets his name in front of the big boss's eyes, because that could really mean a big opportunity for him in the company. And you guys are away with the prize.
Did you get it? What happened?
That was the most Fast Eddie. That was I just like golf clap. Just bravo, sir, bravo. His talking skills. Whew. I got it right here.
Yeah, man, good job yourself, man. I like how you snatched that car up in there like nothing. Thanks for rolling with the punches, so to speak. So yeah, let's. Looks like we're gonna need to put this thing back on the charge and maybe see what's going on there.
I hand it to Ms. Ms.
I'll hook it up to a charger. And then, is this something that Francis might wanna buy off me when we're done with it?
Oh, she's pretty much interested in anything you got to sell.
Cool.
I mean, if you guys don't mind, we can bring that back, and I can input that in my. I mean, I don't like uploading that stuff to these, these phones and everything. I mean, all that shit's in the satellite. I mean, if you're hearing it, they're hearing it. You know what I'm saying? I've got some analog shit back at the hideout. We can hook it up to.
Do you have your own hard drive and servers and stuff like that, like old school?
Yeah, you know it, man.
Awesome.
Yeah, let's get this stuff uploaded back at my place, and then we can make a game plan for tomorrow, because we're going to need some rest if we're going to hit up that Latter-day Saints convention.
Yeah, what time is it now?
12:30, 12:40.
Yeah, okay. All right. With that said...
Going back to Eddie's.
Eddie, we crashed into your place. Do you have some places to... crash?
There is still, I'll remind you, there is still this party raging at the villa that you've left unattended as the host.
I remember that, and I feel like Highlander would say something, but he's fast out, so we'll let that roll and see what happens.
It's up to you guys.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll tell you what, man. Why don't you let me take that? I'll take the car back to my place, and if anybody else wants to go, that's fine. I'm not trying to kick you out or nothing. But if you got this party to go to, you can hit it back up. I'll dump the data, and then we can reconvene tomorrow, and we can hit up that convention.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, I mean, it has been a crazy night, and we did take a detour a little bit, but should be a miss, I guess. Yeah, I guess we probably should. Oh, we need to pick up Highlander too. He's at your place still. He's gonna wake up and off a synth coke and wonder where the hell he's at.
Okay, so headed back to Eddie's?
Yeah. while we're on the drive to Eddie's, I do pull up the feed from the party.
You pull out one of your burner agent, and you get the display screen, and it just no signal, no signal, no signal.
Oh shit. Guys, damn it, where the fuck is Highlander?
How long until that house burns down?
That might be very close. Hey, Fast Eddie, let's I know you really want to get that down, but this party you were there. It's not going to take more than a little bit. Can we just swing by? I just want to make sure the camera feeds are off. It's weird. Our friend Megan was there.
You're not getting a signal on your phone because you're carrying your knife. That's blocks it. We've established this pretty solidly.
I know, but I okay, I'm gonna go with it. I'm like, I have no signal. What's we have to go now. It could be burnt. What Shibu said, I don't know what's going on.
Okay. Shibu kind of just realizes, oh wait, and then she just checks her phone.
So yeah, the party is hopping. People are diving off the roof onto a pile of pillows drawn out from the apartment and seeing what kind of acrobatic maneuvers they can.
Hold on, wait, Shibuya.
In midair.
Why are you? It's Frank's. It's Frank's knife. It's Frank's knife. It's fucking Frank's. Okay. All right. Never mind. As you do, fellas.
Yeah. There's all kinds of. It looks mobbed with people. Absolutely insane with people.
More than the 400 that was there when we left.
There aren't any good aerial shots.
Yeah.
That are trending right now.
In case they don't know, I'll go ahead and give my cabbie friends like a tip that there's a big party in that area. A bunch of drunk people might need rides.
That's an excellent idea, Shibu. Give me a. What's your It's family, right?
Mm-hmm.
Give me a family roll.
Ooh, cool.
Oh, how did that pop out? There. Excellent. A few of them had taken some people up there, but definitely sending the word out.
Yeah, I'm sure if people post up in that area, they'll get fares.
Yeah. And you being one of the monster squad definitely helps with the word of mouth advertising. People are like, "Hey, that's Shibu's cab company."
Awesome. Getting to Eddie's. Hey, Tyler, do you awake, buddy? Is he still in his same position?
Something about lizards and Eddie, you were going to give me a wee nip of your special reserve.
Yeah, sure thing, kid.
Highlander grabs the mug you offer and yells Schlante and kind of cartwheels backward again and lands heavily on a sofa.
Oh man.
All right, well, he's going to be out for another at least 8 hours, I'll tell you that.
Hey, yeah, we Ms. Let Eddie plug that up. I want to see before we go. I want to see what's on that real quick.
Sounds good. And come check this out. And I bring him over to the corner where I got my corner desk with all the monitors and shit. A couple of old server towers. They're Packard Bell computers. The kind of computers that got the turbo button on the front. You know what I'm saying?
D-Rez is astonished by all the old tech, and just I'm like, oh my god, Dell XPS. I don't know, yeah.
Yeah. So Eddie hooks it up. A little blue light. He's got like a little array that accepts different types of like, you know, USB, you know, all the different kinds of USB, and, you know, anything that you could plug a memory card into, kind of like an interface essentially. So he plugs it in, a little blue light pops on, and clicks a monitor on, and just kind of sits back and waits. All right, she's spooling up now. It'll be any minute now.
All right, so you download roughly 8 hours of camera footage with audio, and Highlander's program, which he did a navigate or something like that. Let me throw Highlander's token on here. I wish tokens would just always be associated with a character sheet.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
It's a pain in the ass having to look it up every time. Damn it. So you slap Highlander's face fairly hard a couple of times, D-Rez. And
Hey, wake up right now.
Waft the flask under his nose, and he comes to for a moment, and you basically just grab his head, point his hand at the computer screen, and tell him to make it go. And he taps out a few commands and releases the data that his little program ran.
My God, he's coherent when he's drunk. Super drunk.
As soon, I know, right? It worries me sometimes because that bad roll is going to come someday, and it's gonna hurt extra. Sorry, let me. What did he run exactly? He ran Pathfinder to reveal the map of the network architecture. So with a 20 to function and a 17 on his Pathfinder roll, for the record, he reveals that the network as it was that was at the site consisted of a single laptop that was tight beamed to its receiver station, which would be it had a big M Mirai logo on the digital representation of it. So that's a home office piece of equipment. The two boring machines were slaved to control through the unit. this knowledge kind of reveals some pretty high-tech and expensive stuff was on that construction site, which would be kind of unusual for on the slight side of unusual for the construction project as it was proposed on the sign. You guys basically saw some heavy industrial equipment and some plastic fencing in a guard booth. There was no other construction site stuff that you would expect to see. Yeah, that's all that Pathfinder reveals.
There was no mic on, Miz. You didn't put a mic on or anything like that, did you? I thought no.
Yeah, there was audio.
Okay.
You get video and audio.
Gotcha.
It's about 8 hours worth
Gotcha.
that you would have to scrub through.
Okay.
Do you want to look at it now? I mean, it's a task that to go over with a fine-tooth comb could take you days.
Yeah.
To make a quick run through, you'd have to devote, I'd say, at least an hour minimum to do it at a speed that would give you anything of appreciable value.
Fast Eddie, did you find anything? Can we anything with the audio file, the video files that we can look at?
I mean, yeah, it's all here. It's just going to take time to sit and watch it and listen. I mean,
okay.
I mean,
Are there any spikes in the audio if we look at, like that volume line thingy?
Oh, good. Oh, like focus on certain spike levels, like where people are talking, so we can make sure we don't.
That's a brilliant notion, Ms. And I would say, God damn it. Well, give yourself 6 points in basic tech.
Nice.
6 IP toward basic tech for that. That's something you can look at manually. You can look at the entire audio timeline at once, at a glance, and determine that. Give me a basic tech roll, and let's see how. Why do I keep popping that out?
Oh. You got it.
damn.
All right. You immediately detect or immediately take note of two particular sections of extended loud noise. Looking through the first one, you get video of kind of the backside of the guy at the guard booth. He's got his back facing the street, and he's looking in at the machines. And you see the two construction guys, one of them standing with the laptop, holding it and, apparently controlling the machines, and the other guy just standing next to him, killing time, gold bricking. And you hear some electronic tones like bing, 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 beep, 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 clear sight, clear sight. And these machines just start hammering the ground. Giant industrial boring that shakes the ground. You know, the picture you're seeing trembles violently, and the audio is just a cacophonous squelch of static and bass. And that goes on for about 15 minutes until you see one guy, the other construction guy, kind of wave his hand around, and the guy with the laptop taps a few keys, and the machines stop their incessant yammering. And then it just seems to be a bunch of standing around and talking amongst the construction dudes. The second section is shorter, but you scrub forward to it, and you see a forest of legs. From your vantage point, it looks like they're all several guys are milling about at the open guard booth. It's at nighttime, and let me give me 1 second here.
I don't know. I wasn't thinking. I was just letting. Right now, I'm looking over Fast Eddie, and then you came over and, I'm letting him do his thing. But then you came over and just like, how about we? Oh, my mic's still on. Sorry about the burp, guys. Apologize. Yeah, it just makes sense that you guys are looking over, especially you and Fast Eddie. I just feel like you and Fast Eddie are going back and forth. Let me try this. Oh, look at this, Makes sense.
Yeah, just the pretty boy.
Oh, I don't have my blues on. Also, with the great roll with the 19 on the basic. Shibuya is right. These rolls are usually I roll even less than 10. Like, I've gotten bad rolls, but I haven't seen Shibuya, Highlander, anyone roll anything below really a 10.
Guys have all been throwing rocks tonight.
Some rolls. I got it. Oh, I see it up there.
Sorry, I had to. I'm looking for I had notes of a really goofy conversation you could overhear, but I can't find them. You scrub through to these guys milling about at the door to the guard booth at night, and you hear a bunch of hooting and hollering and bro talk. You're like, oh man, check this one out. She's got 3 tits. Oh my god, that's unbelievable, dude. That's amazing. And such sort of talk. And at the end of the hooting and hollering, you catch the sound of a like a comm coming in on a walkie-talkie, and you hear the one side of it. Yep, Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Roger that. Roger that. Shutting down. Copy. Thank you, sir. And
What?
yeah, just back it up, guys. Just got the call.
Can we all see this? Is this all being broadcast from the video or from the computer?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, you see the guys have a short conversation, and then four of them walk away, and the guy at the booth goes back to sitting on a stool and leafing through hollow mags.
I looked Ms. Fast there. I any way you could get that conversation?
It would take some time.
Yeah.
That's something Highlander could like go through and do like a forensic investigation of the data
I go over to
as received and extract
I
more
go-
useful.
I go over to Highlander, slap him. Hey, Highlander, can you hear me? Highlander, hey, listen.
What's
listen.
that? Suck up on Saturdays. Right.
I need you to do. Listen. We need I need you to do me. You coherent? You there all completely?
I'm as cool as here can be.
I'm
Do you
thinking.
understand?
He did make that awesome roll. All right, we need you to
You magnify the.
yeah. Can you magnify the call to where it was being? Can we hear that conversation? Can you do that?
I would love to accommodate you, but what does you want me to do again?
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Sounds about right. Tomorrow morning, then. All right. Fast Eddie. I don't know what else you could do, you and Miz, but maybe we can. We'll go to Latter-day Saints tomorrow, and then maybe our buddy over here, Highlander, can sober up.
Sounds like a plan.
Highlander, it's not that I have an addiction. It's just that my body's developed an acute deficiency of drugs. And so I'm trying to remedy that.
Awesome. All right. I guess we're just gonna we'll just spend the night at Eddie's to wake up tomorrow.
Okay.
Eddie, is it okay we crash here?
Yeah, sounds good. Over there in the corner, there's a couple of old military cots I got stashed away. You can check those out. Looks like Highlander's already claimed the couch. Unless you want to pull him off of it, I don't think he'll mind the floor.
I was gonna say this place reminds me. Have you ever heard of that 1990s cartoon called Ninja Turtles? They had this like bunker under the sewer, and it's really cool. Anyway, I really enjoy your place.
Sounds good. Yeah, let's get some rest, and we'll hit it all back up in the morning when Highlander's got a little bit more senses.